Single dad mechanic fixes neighbor's car for free. Next day, his life changes forever. The tow truck had already left when Daniel Harper realized he couldn't afford another mistake. Rain drizzled over the quiet suburban street as he stood in his grease-stained coveralls, staring at the old sedan parked crookedly in his driveway. Inside his small house, his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, was finishing her homework at the kitchen table, unaware that her father had exactly $43 in his bank account and rent due in 5 days. Daniel was a single dad and a mechanic, not the kind with a shiny shop and a big sign out front. He fixed cars in his garage, took odd jobs, and survived on word-of-mouth referrals. Ever since his wife passed away 3 years ago, it had been just him and Lily against the world. And the world had not been gentle. That evening, as he closed his garage door, he heard the sputtering sound of an engine struggling to breathe. He looked up to see his new neighbor, a woman in her early 30s, blonde hair tied back, sitting helplessly behind the wheel of a silver SUV that had clearly seen better days. The engine coughed once more and died. She stepped out, frustration written across her face. "Seriously, not today," she muttered, glancing at her phone. Daniel hesitated. He was exhausted, his hands ached, and he needed paying jobs, not charity cases. But then he remembered Lily's words from that morning. "Daddy, my teacher says heroes don't always wear capes." He walked over. "Car trouble?" he asked gently. The woman gave a tired laugh. "That obvious. I'm Daniel, I fix cars." Her expression shifted from frustration to cautious hope. "I'm Emily, and if you can fix this, I will owe you my sanity." He popped the hood and got to work. The problem didn't take long to find: a failing alternator and a loose connection that had probably been ignored for months. "It's fixable," he said. "You got about an hour." She looked relieved and worried. "I should ask first how much." Daniel paused. He could have quoted a fair price. He should have. He needed it. But he noticed the child's car seat in the back, a small backpack on the passenger seat. The exhaustion in her eyes wasn't just about a car. "Don't worry about it," he said. "Welcome to the neighborhood." Her eyes widened. "No, I can't let you." "It's fine," he insisted with a small smile. "Just pay it forward someday." She studied him for a moment like she was trying to understand something deeper. Then she nodded. "Thank you, really." An hour later, the engine purred back to life. Emily looked like she might cry. "I don't even know what to say." "Just drive safe," Daniel replied, wiping his hands on a rag. That night, Lily hugged him tightly. "You helped her, didn't you?" "Yeah," he said softly. "You're my hero," she whispered. Daniel smiled, but later, lying awake, he stared at the ceiling and wondered if heroes could pay rent. The next morning started like any other. Daniel was pouring cereal when there was a knock at the door. He opened it and froze. 2 men in suits stood on his porch. "Daniel Harper?" one asked. "Yes. We're looking for the mechanic who helped Emily Carter last night." Daniel's stomach dropped. Had something gone wrong? Had he missed something? "Yes, that was me." The men exchanged a glance. "She asked us to come." Before Daniel could respond, a black SUV pulled up behind them. Emily stepped out, this time dressed sharply, confidence radiating from her posture. Daniel blinked. This was not the stressed neighbor from last night. "Good morning," she said with a warm smile. "What's going on?" Daniel asked carefully. Emily took a breath. "I didn't tell you everything yesterday," she began. "I'm the regional director for a nonprofit foundation called Drive Forward. We help struggling families with transportation, single parents, veterans, people trying to rebuild their lives." Daniel stared speechless. "I was visiting a local partner yesterday when my car broke down. I'd just come from a meeting about funding community programs, and honestly," she smiled faintly, I was having a terrible day. She stepped closer. And then you fixed my car for free. No cameras, no audience, just kindness. Daniel shifted uncomfortably. It was nothing. It wasn't nothing, she said firmly. You didn't know who I was. You didn't expect anything in return. She gestured to the men beside her. We've been looking to expand our operations into this county. We need a trustworthy mechanic to lead a new community repair initiative, someone who understands what it means to struggle. Daniel felt his heart pounding. We'd like to offer you the position. Silence filled the porch. What kind of position? He asked slowly. A full-time salaried role, she replied. Benefits, health coverage for you and Lily, a funded garage space, and the opportunity to provide free or low-cost repairs to families in need. Daniel's breath caught. You're serious? Completely. He looked back into his small home, where Lily now stood in the hallway, watching. For one act of kindness, he asked, almost in disbelief. Emily shook her head. No, for the kind of man who does it without being asked. Tears welled in Daniel's eyes before he could stop them. He had spent years feeling invisible, just another struggling single dad trying to keep the lights on. Now someone saw him. Lily ran to the door. Daddy. He knelt down and hugged her tightly. Looks like heroes might get paid after all, he whispered. She giggled, not fully understanding, but feeling the shift in the air. The real change didn't happen in that moment. It happened months later. The new community garage opened with a modest ribbon-cutting ceremony. Families lined up for affordable repairs. Single